So now we've figured out how to display how many days, hours, minutes, and seconds are left till New Year's. And that happens based on the current time. So now when I refresh this, those values update, and they update reflecting the current time. So every time I refresh it, I'm getting something different down here in the days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Also notice that it's updating the current time up here, right? The day and the time. And that's because we set those up there, right? That date now, which is this element up here, if we can find it in here. The date now, it had originally been set 11/3/2017, but now we actually are putting up there this date string and time string based on current day. And as soon as we updated this to the current day, then it will use that current day to find out the local date string and the locale time string. And so it does that. It takes the current day and computes those, and then it stores them up there. So we see the current day and time up there in that corner. And this changes. Now go ahead and watch. I'm going to refresh again. We're going to watch it change here. We're going to watch it change down here. And what we're seeing here is that when it executes, and so let's look at how we figure out when it executes. So this code just happens one line after another. And if we go into tinyclock.html, we can find the script tag. And up here's the script tag. What happens in the page is it actually will find that .js file, and it'll replace this code, the script tag, with that actual code that's in the file, like all of the code that's in that JS file. And now if we had just left it plain, it would have come down and loaded the page, got to this point, and then run the JavaScript code. But instead, we use this attribute defer, and so it will wait to run this code till after it has finished loading the page. So it comes down here, it loads the style sheets, it loads the rest of the HTML page, and then it will execute that JavaScript code, right, after it defers that load. And then it will run that JavaScript code. Now, this is very convenient to defer because one of the things we do is we access this date now element, right? And if we find out, if we go in here, we see that that date now element is right down here. So we wouldn't have, that's not available until that has loaded. So if that JavaScript ran up here, it would say, I can't find it. It wouldn't know where that element is. So it's really important that we load the page before we run the JavaScript. But now notice that what happens when after it loads the page, then it runs this code, then it's done. It runs it one time each time we load that page. And that page is loaded when you first load the file in the browser, and then every time you refresh. So this runs every time we refresh or when we originally load that page. So now if I do it again, it's going to change the time up here. It's going to change the number of minutes and seconds that are left till New Year's. If I did it tomorrow, then it would change the days, hours, minutes, and seconds for the times that it was waiting to get there, or waiting for the time to get to New Year's. So that's how code executes a single time. So how we've designed our code is it happens a single time each time the page is loaded.